All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again, bringing you another trade review video. So you guys seem to like them, so I thought I'd bring you guys this one. And before we kind of dive into about my trade, I want to talk to you about somebody else's. I was just emailing somebody, I was looking at his trade, and I thought, no, I would not trade it for this reason or this reason. So I thought maybe you would get my analysis, talking about maybe a good trade over a bad trade. Okay? So let's get straight into it. I just emailed this guy and he was talking about the supply and demand zone. So let me mark this out. Well, you know what? Let's start with my trade reviews. I think you guys will do better with that. You guys are here to talk about my trades, not somebody else's. So a trade that we took today was US oil. Absolutely fantastic week. Honestly, a fantastic month. I'm not going to be trading next week because it was that good of a month. Stocks are doing great. Business is doing well. Um, and the trading's really well. This month went 9 and 0, I believe. So you know what? I'm going to take the rest of the month off, take a week off. I want to make a video for you guys next week talking about psychology, trading like a casino, risk to reward, thinking in percentage, not pips. So it's going to be maybe like a 30 to 45-minute video. It's something I've been planning for a long time. Now I'm just going to make it now because I have a week off. So that's going to be a banger coming out sometime mid next week. So one of the trades that we talked about was US oil. We posted it in the watch list tab, US watch list, US oil. So we were talking about this setup, um, waiting for this drop-based rally demand zone to get for prices to come back into it. So a reason why we took this trade setup is because the 4 hour here on my 4 hour time frame, top right, we are in a 4 hour uptrend. Prices are coming back down into that 4 hour rally base rally demand zone. I'm looking here at the top right. Do you see it? Maybe you have to scroll in a bit. But here we have the rally, the base, and then the rally. So that's telling me a lot of buyers are coming into the market in this area. Very strong leg out. So that's telling me, okay, I want to be a buyer if and when prices come back into this demand zone. Sure enough, prices did come back into that demand zone, so that's telling me I want to be a buyer. You know what? We should be looking at it at this one, US oil, top right. Price is coming back into it, so that's telling me I want to be a buyer. I went down into my intermediate time frame, maybe a smaller time frame, because I kind of use that 4 hour as my big time frame. I go down to my lower time frame to show me kind of my entries. I started to see evidence of buyers starting to step in. I started to see momentum lines being broken, which is trend lines basically. Trend lines being broken, supply zones being removed, right? That's going to tell me, okay, buyers are starting to step in from the smaller time frames because if you've watched a lot of my tips videos, my tips playlist before, you'd understand. You know, I want to see buyers trying to step in. Also, the free little mini course I offer as well, I talk about this. You guys can see that in the description. Sign up for the free little mini supply and demand course. It's about 4 hours worth of uh, content talking about supply and demand. Excellent videos I created for you guys. So the oil price is coming back down to 4 hour demand. We see evidence on the 1 hour time frame, supply zones being removed, and trend lines being broken, right? Trend has to change from inside out. That means before it changes on the 1 hour, it has to change on the 30 minute. Before it changes on the 30 minute, it has to change on the 5 minute. Before the 5 minute, it has to change on the 1 minute. That's just how trend changes, right? I talked about that in the course, literally. So I recommend checking that out. So we start to see that evidence of buyers coming in. So then I was like, okay, great. I went down to my 15-minute time frame. I see a large stack of buyers coming in from down here. Notice the leg out, very strong leg out. So that's telling me that buyers are starting to step in, right? So that's telling me, okay, I want to be a buyer if and when prices do actually come back down into this lower part of this demand zone, right? So let's go down here. Sure enough, we eventually got prices coming straight back into it. That's fantastic. That's what I want to see. Prices came straight back into it and then took off right away. Right? I got out at 1 to 1. It did hit my original take profit at 2 to 1, but you know what? It's been a fantastic month. It was a Friday. I really didn't want to trade. I kind of just want to take the week off. So that's what I'm going to do next week. Good week overall, fantastic month overall. So I think I kind of let my emotions get the best of me on this trade. We all make mistakes. That should have been a 2 to 1 winner, but I kind of got out at 1 to 1. Structured stop loss I placed down here. I wanted to place my stop down here because if we look to the left, I noticed that there was pivots down here as well, so I wanted to place it below that. So that's why I had my stop loss down here. So I got out at 1-to-1. My original take profit was up in here before this opposing supply zone, 15-minute supply zone. So I wanted to get out of it. Okay. So if we look at that trade that I just took, and we look at, this guy that he sent me a message looking at his trade. That's the daily. This is the 1 hour. Okay. Well, first of all, compare it to my 4 hour time frame here. Look at my 4 hour. Notice this. Very strong leg out. You see that? You see that? Very strong buyers coming in, right? It's a big move. Compare it to the chart that he just posted and marking out this as his demand zone. These are 50% candles, 50% candles, 50% candles, 50% candle. And now if you don't know what a 50% candle is, it's kind of like telling me, the name's useless. It's just telling me if there really was a significant amount of buyers or sellers in a given location. So here, a 50% candle is kind of like when you have the open to the close of the market. The open and the close is less than 50% of the size of the whole move. So if we have a candle that's like this, there's the wick, there's the, I don't know, open and close or whatever, and there's the wick. That's the bottom half of the wick, there's the top half. This part right here is less than 50% of the whole move, right? And so if you were to think about it, if there really was a significant amount of buyers or sellers in a given area, do you think candles would end up like this or like this? That one or that one, right? It's probably going to end like this one, right? So when I see this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, I don't see any supply or demand imbalance. So I wouldn't want to be trading it there in the first place. Okay, so that's where I would stop personally. I want to see a significant amount of buyers or sellers coming in, and that goes for all my time frames or whatever type of trading that I'm looking to do. Right? If there's no significant amount of buyers or sellers stepping in, then I don't want to be a buyer or sellers in that area. Okay, and that's really what I try to teach you guys when in the little free mini course that I offer and in these tips videos. I hope that I give to you guys. Trying to take quality over quantity, having rules to my trading that's make a good trade versus a bad trade. Everybody trades a little different. This person came to me and said he watched all my videos, he trades exactly like me, and within the first chart that I looked at, I realized we don't trade the same, right? And that's how usually most our conversations go. But that's okay. I corrected him on his mistakes. I gave him some extra things. He's not even in the group. I don't know. I just want to give him as much value as I could, basically. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I am gonna give you guys. Well, let's see. Is that all I want to give to you guys? Oh, we could talk about. Hold up. This is bonus. If you guys actually stayed here till the end, I just thought about this because we talked about dollar last time, didn't we? The Dixie, and we talked about. I believe we talked about this. I hope so. This daily demand zone. Remember that daily demand finally broke. We talked about this being overextended, drop, base, drop, base, drop, base, drop, base, drop, base, drop. We basically had 4 drop base drops in a row. We considered this market overextended. So we broke that downtrend. We removed supply. So we were looking at buying demand in this area, right? Price touched it. Where's this? These videos are never done, are they? Let's see. Price came in, touched it once, touched it twice, touched it 3 times, touched it 4 times, and now it finally broke. Exactly what we talked about in the last video. I hope I talked about this, or else it's going to go way over your head. Because here we had demand, price came in once, came in twice, went deeper into it than the first time, and then the third time went deeper into it than all the other times, and then the fourth time it went deeper and deeper into it. So do you think that this is the time that prices are going to shoot out? No, probably not. And we even talked about this. I think we were looking at the 4 hour saying, look at these moves. This move is 90 pips. This one is 50 pips. We get the 80 pip, 60 pips. Talking about kind of, the imbalances in the correction. Sorry, I should be explaining myself. We're clearly in a downtrend. The impulsive moves are larger than the corrective moves, right? So these impulsive moves are, 80, 90 pips. The corrective moves are usually half, right? They're 70 pips. The next move is 110 pips. So we were looking at buying down in here, and that's when we caught the USD CAD long. We got the long. We bought the US dollar, and I was saying, okay, I'm assuming that this USD CAD is not going to be the zone that takes off and goes 20 to 1 and shoots all the way up here. You guys remember? I said I doubt that with prices down here, this pullback is not going to be the one that takes it all the way up here. Just given the price action before it, knowing that this daily zone has been tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and it's gone deeper and deeper into it. Why would it finally just shoot up all the way from up here when prices have already gone all the way down in here? So then we had the correction move go 50 pips. We kind of said, okay, it's probably a good time at taking profit. And then what did prices do? It finally broke it and it's continuing its trend down. Right? Metals gone to the moon. It's going to continue to go to the moon, hopefully. But that's that. All right. I will let you guys go with that. I know I keep saying this, but just sitting here having a beer, watching some baseball. Baseball's back, baby. So that's it. Want to let you guys go with that. Enjoy the weekend. Appreciate everybody coming, watching to the end of the video. All right. Thank you so much. Cheers. Goodbye. Bye bye.